This episode of the Black Gay Agenda is brought to you by Jack, the app where connection is real, raw, and exactly what you're looking for. Looking for a crush, a vibe, or maybe someone to light up your night? Your next crush is one download away. Meet them here. Jack that. If you're new, download Jack now and start connecting with people who get you. Already on it? Open Jack now and see who's nearby. You never know who might be waiting to make your night. Because when it comes to real connection, Jack just gets you.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome to the Black Gay Agenda. Listen, I'm so excited. This is our new episode of We Need That. This is We Need That Black Gay Love. A little bit later, we're going to be bringing in Lamont White, the gay dating coach. Mm-hmm. Listen, I always want to put black in front of something.
Everything black, nothing but black.
Everything black. He is the gay dating coach. I'm super excited about that. But real quick, this is your boy Micah B. Alex, how you feeling? How are you doing? How's your new year going?
The new year has had some challenge, but
okay,
you know what? I'm built for it, right? I'm resilient. I am that nigga. So it's been going good. I've had some ups and I had some celebrated moments and some, things that I got to push through, but we doing it. It.
I've had some good days. Mm-hmm. I've had some hills to climb.
When you ain't got no singer for the funeral, you get somebody comes to do that as a solo because they're
out. Complain.
Yes.
No, but I feel you. It's been an interesting start to the year. I'm right there with you. I am in a season of transition, so that's been kind of challenging. But mm-hmm. We gonna keep on keeping on, as the old folks say.
Yeah, we got it.
As the old folks say. All right, so listen, y'all. We got one more. I want to say we got maybe one or two. No, we have two more bonus episodes for y'all before we start season 4. We have the We Are Frolic agenda coming up, and we're going to be talking to the amazing people behind Frolic Weekend, which Black Gay Agenda will be a part of that. Yes. I'm excited about that. And then we have one more episode for y'all. And we're going to be speaking on the current political climate. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to love the guests that we're going to have on, but we're going to leave it as a surprise. And it may or may not be our biggest guest to date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. May or may not be. But listen, y'all, real quick, make sure that you go ahead and leave us a rating and a review, okay? Leave us a rating and review and let us know what you think about the show and how we're doing. And also make sure that you hit that link in our bio, right? The very first link is going to be our collaboration with Jack. Shout out to our sponsor. And just support our collaboration. But you listen, we're not going to belabor the time, as the church folks say, okay? Mm-hmm. We are not going to belabor the time. We're going to go ahead and actually, Alex, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw a curveball. Okay. I know you had a Twitter talk, but actually for this Twitter talk, we're going to go to something else I talked about earlier this week. And, fuck it. Drewski, the comedian, he came up, Drewski had one of the most, and I'm not a huge fan of Drewski. Mm-hmm. And nothing that he's done, I just don't consume a lot of his content.
Yeah.
But when I tell you this video that he posted about mega churches,
I saw a little piece of it.
Oh my God, you got to watch the whole video, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to include it in this episode, right?
Okay.
But it was one of the most brilliant commentaries and cultural commentaries of a institution, and he was really speaking out against the you know, these mega churches, and a lot of the
Ooh,
people within the Christian community are upset about it,
the
and they're like,
saints are in an
he's
uproar.
he's mocking God, blah 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 blah. But I don't agree that he's mocking God. I think he's mocking these preachers who are
Mocking
actually
y'all.
the
God ain't
ones.
doing that.
He's mocking the preachers who are actually mocking God.
Right.
Wanda told us earlier this month that she cannot have a baby anymore. So I impregnated her with the word of God. I'm going to impregnate everyone with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. Impregnate. I had somebody in the congregation ask why I'm wearing Christian Dior and Christian Louboutins. Because I'm a Christian and I walk in the blood of Jesus. Give him some praise. I'm a Christian first and I walk in the blood of Jesus. Give him some praise. Give him some praise. So we are raising funds for a project in Zimbabwe. Yes, we are trying to get our congregation over in Africa. Amen. We wanted to raise $4 million for that. Amen. Hallelujah. That needs to appear today. We are not letting anyone leave until we reach our goal. Amen. Hallelujah. Life savings here. Give him some praise for that. Give it his life savings up.
Why do you think so many Christians are upset about this hilarious skit that he did?
I think they're upset because we're at a time where people are using their noggins and people are critically thinking. Now, I know we know, and I agree, there's a lot of us on social media that'll say these niggas can't read. And when we say you can't read, and I want to clarify this too. Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about that.
Okay.
I want to clarify this. So when people say you can't read, we're not saying that you can't look at words and know what they are and sound them out and say them. Like if you see this word on my hat, respectfully, you can read that, right? You can physically read that word. But there's other things that go along with reading, right? Comprehension. Context clues.
Come on, huh?
You know what I'm saying? All those things that go along with reading that we got taught, you motherfuckers can't do it. And so even though we're in a generation and an age of a lot of people, we're realizing that a lot of people can do it because they ain't never been able to do it. But we're realizing a lot of people can't do it. We're also in an age of the showcasing of all of the critical thinking that a lot of us have been able to do. And so many people are critiquing things that we have held as sacred and as traditions so long, and so many people take issue with critique. And Christian said something, Christian Smith, and we had him on, he's a friend of the show, we had him on before of the faith community. He said something before, he was like, you can only critique things that, number one, you have experience with. And I only care to critique something that I care about, right? We critique things in the Black gay world because we care about our people, right? We care about Black people. That's why we critique behaviors. And a lot of us care about the church and we want the church to be better. But the problem is that a lot of these Christians don't want to be better. So they just, and so any critique they receive, they pissed off about it instead of taking the beat, thinking about the critique, thinking about what the perception is. Like you hollering, going out into the byways and the highways and getting the world, you know, that's what you're supposed to be doing. But if the world is critiquing what they see you doing, and every time a critique happens, all you do is fight back and push back, you still lost. So I think the people need to wake up, let folks critical think, look at the critique and take some big, like, put your big boy pants on. The church, and when I say the church, I mean its members. Put your big boy pants on and like look at the critiques, look at what's funny. And a lot of it isn't even critique. Some of it is just funny things that Black people do. We laugh at those all the time.
It's funny, like when he was like, there was this part where he was like elevated and he was hanging up in the rafters.
I saw that part.
It actually happened, and he was showing he was like walking in the blood of Jesus, and he showed his red bottom shoes. And to me, It was hilarious. And
you don't think that a pastor hasn't done that? Like, no, I'm walking on the blood.
Listen, Michael Todd, Elevation Church. As literally, when I saw the clip, the first thing I thought about was not Elevation, that's Stephen Furtick. Transformation Church. The very first thing that I thought about when I saw this skit was, oh my God, this nigga is Michael Todd. This nigga is Michael Todd. Because Michael Todd is known for his over-top illustrations. He spit in his brother's face. This nigga had a whole entire like ocean built on the stage. Like, he does these big time illustrations, and it's like a lot of times these mega churches, it's all about the pomp. It's all about the circumstance. Pomp and circumstance. It's all about the illustrations. And I love an illustration, but sometimes I personally feel like these illustrations are taken away from what we really came here for. You know what I'm saying?
So okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love and I'm not one to be like, oh, why is there smoke in church? Why?
Why is there dark lights?
Yeah. I'm not those type of people, but at the same time, it's just some stuff that I do see. And I'm just like, bro.
Right.
Too much.
So for me, I think one thing that we have to understand, and a lot of the saints don't understand it either, is that we have to understand what entertainment is, right? Anytime you are up in front of some people, there always has to be a level of entertainment. Because why? What's going to happen? Exactly what you're doing right now. Huh?
Should there be entertainment in church, though?
Absolutely. When we sing, that's entertainment. We don't know if you want to be real, why do we need a choir? That's entertainment. That's interaction. Because if you're standing in front of people and wanting them to engage and hear you and engage with what you're saying and envision the scenario that you're like giving, it's entertainment. But I think the thing that people don't know how to like separate is that they will. The church is big on condemning regular things and then recreating them in the church and then saying that it's different because it's done in this way. No, it's the same thing. So somebody did a skit, and it has some stuff in it about murder and stuff and sex and stuff, and you hate it, you're condemning it, but then you go to church and you do a church skit and a play about murder and you know what I'm saying, Jezebel and the things that she, you know, how she got somebody killed and King Solomon and how he did what he did and had a husband killed, like all the things, the same things that happen.
Talk about Jezebel.
Yeah, and the things that they be saying about the things that they attribute to Jezebel ain't even the right stuff.
They don't be like, oh, she got red lipstick on, she a Jezebel.
Like, what does that have to do with Jezebel? Y'all made up this whole persona of Jezebel. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So the same things that we've experienced in the world, right? And I'm gonna say it like that because we're all in the world. But the same things that we experience outside of the church are the same things that they will recreate in the church and then damn it demonic. No, let's just be realistic. It's all entertainment. Gospel music is entertainment. Music is entertainment. There are people that don't ascribe to Christianity that love gospel music. Why? Because it's black. It's our soul. It's culture. And then
the way it makes you feel.
And the way it makes you feel. And then they try to say, well, church, it ain't about culture. Everything that you're teaching is about the culture of the time. So how is it not culture? I don't understand. But that's the whole thing. But I do feel like church is entertainment. And I think if we just be real with ourselves, understand it is entertainment. If we could just wanted to if you just wanted to read the Bible and learn about God, you could do that. Think Jehovah's Witness. Okay, even now they doing stuff that I ain't never seen before. I have a friend that's Jehovah's Witness. They doing like big concerts and things, never seen it before.
Yeah, but their music, the Jehovah's Witness music, and I can say this because I have family members who are Jehovah's.
Yeah.
And
they play the cassette.
They be with that little recorder and they play the cassette. They play that cassette and be like, "We are Lord."
Yes.
He is our only one. Lord.
They had a big thing. They had a big like event. They had a big event. I think it was last year, the year before last, and they had like big production. And there was a lot of music.
I haven't been a part of that though. I haven't been a part of that yet. What I've
A part of
learned
what?
of production, I've just heard that cassette being played.
No, they had a big production, and I was shocked. I asked my friend, like, "Wow, is that normal?" He's like, "No, it's new."
Okay.
And
Okay.
so like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's entertainment. It's to make people.
Because they're not getting no Kirk Franklin melodies from heaven.
Look, it depends on who they put in charge. They put the wrong nigga in charge, they might get some.
But it's all about. You're right. It's all about like I've been in brunches, right? I've been in brunches where they do melodies from
Brunches. We've been at the club.
Yo,
There's gospel and house music. There's gospel drag performers that will do a gospel song in their set. It's entertainment. And it resonates with the crowd because it's our culture.
Yeah, that's real.
Right? So
do you think that Drewski was he mocking God? Because there's been some people who would be like, oh, he's mocking God.
We don't know what Drewski was doing because we don't know Drewski's personal life. Do we know if Drewski is a believer? Do we know if Drewski is Christian? Do we know if he is religious? He might be.
I don't think he was mocking God. I think he was mocking / mimicking what he sees. Every single thing that's in that video and that 2-minute long skit has been. There was literally a man who, for Easter service, he came in like Shawn Michaels back in the day when the Heartbreak Kid came in on that little he slid down on a little
on the zip line.
On the zip line. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Like this preacher came in like that on Easter Sunday. So like Drewski being elevated on this thing, this is something that has happened. Every single thing that he did in that skit are actual things that have happened. The different lines. This line is for people who's gonna sow a sacrificial seed of $100. This line is for the $500. This is $1,000 line. Like, who was that? Was it Marvin Winans who did the line and she told a girl that she was in the wrong line?
In the wrong
Marvin
line.
Marvin Sapp was like, lock the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors. Like, these are all things that have happened. So my thing is, don't be mad at Drewski. Be mad at the pastors and the preachers and the teachers and the leaders who are doing these things.
If you think those things are wrong, and I don't think they think the things are wrong. I think they just don't like Drewski showing it. Prime example, somebody posted on, I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram, they said, Carlton Banks has been doing this, making thousands of dollars off the church for years, and y'all embrace him. And so, but Drewski does this one thing, and y'all mad. Now, I have two things that I want to say. Right, exactly. Is he mocking her? She loved it. She acted like she liked it. I don't think she really liked it, but she acted like she did. But she may have a relationship with him, right? Yeah. So the thing is, though, and this is where I have two different feelings, right? I'm like being devil's advocate with myself here. I'm always like, sure, but I'm like doing it with myself. Because on one end, I do agree with that post where he said, Carlton Banks has been doing this the whole time and y'all love him, but Drewski do it and you hate him. But Carlton Banks is part of the church community. Drewski, we don't know what his connection is to the church. So he's seen as a not part of the church community. So it's like Carlton Banks can do it because he's a part of the community and Drewski can't. And it makes me think about when we have gay people that mimic or black gay men that do skits about how black gays are because they're part of the community, how we accept that. But if a straight comedian does a skit about how black gay people are, we might side a little bit like, hey, what you trying to do? Okay. So it's hard because a little bit. Go ahead.
But then you have Christian content creators who have be like, I rock like Kev on stage. Kev on stage, we know he's Bible, but like he's a Christian.
Kev on stage is also Kev on stage is also one of those people that we can look at and say, okay, Kev on stage is also a critical thinker, and he ain't too churched. True. You know what I'm saying? He ain't so heavily bound and he ain't no earthly good.
Kevin,
oh yeah, he's churchy.
Very churchy.
Very churchy, but very aware.
Okay, got you.
If we would want to say,
because he thought because he thought that skit was hilarious. Everybody says thought that was skit was. When I tell you, it was one of the most accurate, and at the end of the day, comedy is a outlet for cultural commentary. And
Absolutely.
when I tell you, it was one of the most, like I said, I don't really even rock with Drewski like that, but this was one of the most accurate depictions of church that I've seen. It was a brilliant commentary on what modern day mega churches are.
Do you think it was black church, or you think it was all of them?
I think it was black church, but also it's all of them, because the white churches, the elevation worships, the hill songs is all, to me, it's all performance. It's all about the smoke. It's all about the lights. It's all about like Stephen Furtick had a clip the other day that was going viral where he was like, he's like, I'm so excited. It's like I'm on cocaine, right? Like,
I'm clapping. I'm praising. I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before. For the record.
But you're right. They do go over the top. And there's nothing wrong with Mike making fun of that over the top. We make fun of everything in life. And they always try to compare it. Well, you wouldn't be, nobody mocks the Muslims like that. We don't know what the fuck the Muslims be doing. Who?
But I also don't see the Muslims coming in like coming in with WWE entrances, is pyro and smoke.
Right, like there's nothing. They don't do exactly. There's nothing to mock.
Or Erica Kirk entrance, because Shawty Erica Kirk be out here like she's Charlotte Flair, and like she be out here like. But no, I don't see that from the Muslims. So like, there's nothing to mock them for that, because I don't see them coming in on a zip line, and
we do the most, and I love it. We're funny, we're fun, we're loud, we're exciting. It's us. It's entertainment. Watch us. Everything in it. We guide culture because of that.
Yeah.
Like, why y'all crying? Like, shut up. It's funny. Laugh and move on. But the problem is that it's not somebody who they deem as worthy to make fun of it. Because, like, if it was not Carlton Banks or Anna Douglas.
The fact that I almost said Anna Douglas, or even, what's his face? Jor-El Quinn. You get what I'm saying? Like,
or Kev on stage. Like, they love those people.
Kev so of course, does the whole entire churchy. He got his churchy on BET.
The entire church
that does the same thing. His show on BET does the same exact thing.
But they feel that he's a part of their community, so he can do it because he's safe. He belongs to us. He's safe. We allow him to do it, but you can't do it. So that's why I said. That's why I said I'm kind of torn, because we feel the same way about outsiders, even black people, even when it comes to people that are not black, right? Non-black folks making certain jokes and doing certain things. We looking like, chill out with that, because you don't really know what's going on. But that's why I said we don't know. Drewski has to have some experience with church and know what's going on in order for him to be able to do that.
He was born in he's black.
Culture. You can't talk about nothing you ain't never experienced.
And and this skit was so spot on. So I was like, he been in some black churches and some mega churches, because this was perfect.
You don't think none of these people inviting him to their churches, none of these celebrity people they be around all the time, and the churches and the people, you think he's ever been to church? And he's a black person in America. Yes, there are some of us that have not, because they don't have religious parents, but a lot of it's cultural. A lot of the words we use come from church culture, even if you ain't never been to the church. So it's like just come on, y'all. Like, just do that now. And now I'm finna say the thing, right? Now I'm about to say the thing. Y'all mad about Drewski. Y'all mad about that girl dress. But is y'all pissed off about ICE coming into cities and wreaking havoc? Are y'all pissed off about
you talking about Jamal Bryant's wife?
Yes, Dr. Bryant. Yes, Miss Dr. Bryant. And I'm not talking about Giselle. Because don't she still use Bryant? I think she still uses Bryant. But
you're talking about Cheyenne Bryant. Oh, you're talking about the new wife.
I was about the new wife. That's why I said Dr. Bryant, because she's not. But like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all picking the wrong shit to be mad about at this time. Like y'all mad about the wrong fucking things. There's so many real things, serious things going on in the world.
Correct.
How many people?
Like
how many people have you helped?
ICE killing civilians.
How many of those people that lost their jobs and got laid off, and all these black women that have lost their jobs, and black people in general that have been laid off and lost their jobs, have all you churches that's doing this complaining gathered and rallied around to help and replace their income? You mega churches that he's mocking, that got the money to do so. You know what I'm saying? So y'all worried about the wrong shit.
This is my Bible. I am who it says
God says I am. Yes.
Yes. No, that's good.
So that's what I'm saying. Y'all worried about worried about the wrong shit. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. There's so many other things that are more important that the Bible tells you to be worried about than that. What happens to accepting the alien and making sure that they're fed? What happens to feeding the poor, right? And treating the alien in your country,
how we treat the least of them, huh?
How are we treating the least of them, right? How are you treating God's children? Them same people would get on there, y'all talking about Drewsy's mocking the church, but you on post where somebody said, I'm gay and I'm Christian, and you telling them that they can't be. You tell them that they can't be. You ain't a Christian because you gay, because you a devil, because you gotta pray it away. Y'all worried about the wrong shit, the wrong things. It's so many things that need the black church, right? And I'm talking about the black church because I ain't never been I don't know white church culture, but the black church, there's so many things going on in the world right now that need the black church the way that the black church used to be, the way the black church was built to be before. The civil rights movement was the church. These motherfuckers avoiding it. Now there are people that are vocal. Like I'll say, Pastor Christian Smith. That's my guy. Like he's vocal.
Pastor Reginald Sharp here in Chicago. Fellowship.
Like there are
even John Hannah.
Well, there are people that's doing stuff, and so I just ain't heard it. I just ain't heard nothing. I'm not. That was no shade.
Well,
I just ain't heard that.
John Hannah be out here in the streets. You know who don't be in the streets? All right. I ain't gonna say it.
No, but that's that. That's how I felt about that. I feel like there's so much more important things to worry about than the things that we've been worried about. That
Jamal Bryant. Bryant, he be on the street. Now he might be on some others on some other stuff at times, but Jamal Bryant be out here doing the work.
Yeah, he might have some thoughts and some things that still uphold sin. Look, I'm gonna keep using Christian's words. I'm gonna make sure I say his name before I say it. But that upholds sin consciousness, right? That idea that everything is a sin and you can't do it. But however, he does definitely make sure that
Jamal Bryant does that though. Jamal Bryant be having the queers on his shit.
Yeah, but there's other things too. Like he said something one time, and it could just be, again, it's like that deliverance mindset about being delivered from things. Like he still carries that with him, which is cool. But like I said, but he does do the work, and he is somebody that is mindful of harm when it comes to people and the church.
Let us know, what did y'all think about Drewski's what did y'all think about Drewski's skit? Was he mocking God or was he mocking these mega pastors? You are listening to the Black Gay Agenda. We are going to go take a break. We're going to pay our bills. And when we come back, we have our guests for the evening, Lamont White, a.k.a. the gay dating coach. And I'm super excited. You are listening to the Black Gay Agenda, and we will be back after this.
What up, y'all? This is Alex with the Black Gay Agenda, and I am so excited about this episode. It's all about Black love, Black gay love. And whether you're looking for your forever, your for now, or just someone to vibe with, y'all know what it is. Jacked is where the real ones are. Jacked is not just for hookups, right? It's a space to find connection. And whatever connection means to you, right? That can mean a relationship, a moment, a match. Your next crush is just a download away. And the best part, you don't have to wait for a party or a DM. Just meet them here on the Jacked app. So if you're tired of scrolling, waiting for love to just happen, open Jacked now and see who's out there. Look, Download Jack now, because finding someone who sees you, yeah, we need that.
2, 1. Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Micah B. We are back. We had to pay the bills real quick. Shout out to our sponsor, Jacked. All right. Shout out to our sponsor, Jacked. Make sure you go ahead and hit that link in the bio so you can support our partnership with them. We're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it. This is the We Need That Black Gay Love episode of our We Need That series, and we have a very, very special guest, y'all. Y'all have probably seen him all up and down your timeline. So let's get into it. Lamont White, widely known as the gay dating coach, is a relationship strategist dedicated to helping gay men date with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Through candid conversations around communication, self-worth, emotional availability, and unlearning unhealthy dating patterns, I hope y'all are listening, Lamont challenges performative intimacy and toxic dating norms. His work emphasizes accountability, emotional intelligence, and intentional connection, empowering gay men to build healthier relationships and redefine what love and partnership can truly look like. We'd like to welcome Lamont White, aka the gay dating coach, to the Black Gay Agenda. How are you doing today or tonight?
Yeah, I hear the round of applause. Hey, fellas. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm happy to have the conversation with you all.
Yes.
Especially because Valentine's Day is approaching and a lot of people want to find love. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of late in the game to be having to try to find a Valentine at this point.
It is never too late. Even the day before, you can find a Valentine's.
Okay, I know that's right.
Day of. Okay?
I know that's right.
So that's a date.
It's a date. It's a date.
I'll tell you where you can find the day of at. Okay.
We mentioned it earlier.
What'd you say, Alex?
We had said Jack.
We just said it.
Or the gym. You go to the gym and you both on Valentine's Day solo dolo. You'd be like, hey, bro, let's go get something to drink afterwards.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not that bold. We'll talk about that later. Cause that's a challenge of mine. But before we get into things, we're gonna do something with you that we often do here when we bring in the guests, and it is called the 10s. All right, and it's 10 rapid fire questions for our audience to kind of get to know you a little bit better. Okay. To get to know you and your thought process and all of that. All right. What's a red flag that people today out here dating think is still cute? What is a red flag that you think people think is cute?
The cat and mouse game where you're like, oh, he needs to chase me. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, they. Y'all both need to chase each other. So I think that's a red flag. Yeah.
Ooh.
And y'all think
I like that. I like that. And we're going to put a pin in that. Alex, remind me, because I have a follow-up to that. All right. What's one piece of dating advice you wish more people actually followed?
Oh, that things will inevitably get rough, and it's our job to navigate through the tough times of relationships. Yeah.
I like that. Soft launch or hard launch? How should couples post online?
Soft AF, okay? Like, ease it in, just him in the background, and then another picture, like, with a group. Like, ease us into this, okay? Like, you don't need to have a whole big announcement, because that's when the gays start hovering and swarming around to add extra critique.
Inboxing you. Ooh, I know him.
He's not a top because I topped him.
Yes, right? yes.
No, slow.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
What's your go-to test question when coaching someone about love?
Do you feel like you're coachable? Do you feel like you're able to learn? Do you have room to grow and learn?
Okay.
That's good.
It's going to be a good episode. What's a dating myth that needs to die immediately?
A dating myth that needs to die. That we have to follow heterosexual norms, like heteronormative norms. No, like there are two men involved here. There are two men.
Okay.
There are two penises here, sir.
now that you said that, I gotta, because it was the pin, but I can't keep putting a pin into it. So real quick, this is rapid fire, and I'm about to break our own rules for rapid fire. But I have posted something earlier about that exact same thing, and there's this thing where it's like positions, and if you're a top, you're supposed to be a provider, and a lot of the bottoms out here, they go off of that, and they're like, oh, I want a provider. Why do you think we do that? Like, why is that? Because in my opinion, we're both men. In my opinion, we're both men, and we should both be providing. We should both be bringing something to the table. But for so many of us, we embrace that. Why is that? Why does that have us in such a chokehold?
So I don't blame people for that, because growing up, so I'll be 45 in a couple weeks.
You look amazing.
I didn't have any role models of how two gay men navigate a relationship. Yes. All I had was my mother, my father, other heterosexual people, and then like Brokeback Mountain, like, and that's white DL.
That
man,
is the worst,
mountains, right? Right. So like, we weren't taught that. So I always say the beautiful thing about being a gay man is that we get to create our own love stories, right? We can be feminine, we can be soft, we can be hard. Most long-term relationships, you take turns embracing both of those aspects. So you can cut the grass one week, I'm gonna cut it the next week. I'm gonna be soft this week, you can be hard. We both can be soft together. It is evolving and showing up. There are some people who have like those strict heteronormative roles, but that's like 10%. It's like 5%. It's not the majority of long-term relationships.
Okay, we're going to talk more about that later, because there was a reel that you had posted a while back, and we're going to get more into that about everybody wanting to be the princess.
Yeah, somebody posted it out on my Facebook page.
I'm sure they did, because they want to be the princess.
Because they want to be the princess.
Okay, here we go. Who is your favorite fictional Black couple of all time?
Fictional? Like if I had to put like two people together?
Or like off of TV shows or movies. Yeah.
TV? I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank. I didn't grow up with any.
That's real. And which is a problem. Because straight couple, you could look at, even though they were toxic and shoot me, but you could look at like Martin and Gina. You could look at like, there's all these examples of hetero couples. Yeah, but like we don't have those.
The only what was that movie on HBO? 6 Feet Under. Was it 6 Feet Under?
I think that was a show.
That was like a series on HBO.
Like a series, yeah.
It was a black guy. He was with a white guy. I think that maybe that was the only thing I've witnessed, but I didn't see two black men.
Oh, we're always with someone who's not black, and that's the thing as well. Yeah. That's the thing as well.
Like How to Get Away with Murder. There was a white man and an Asian man, but
yeah.
I mean, if you go to
Noah's Ark,
yes, I did.
Alex and what you call it?
Yes.
Those two.
Thank you for helping me remember that. But you see how hard it is to remember?
It's hard. That's the only one, especially growing. We're around the same age, like especially us, our generation growing up is like.
But even now, there's not a whole bunch.
It ain't a whole bunch now.
No.
Yeah. No. Like I'm drawing blanks. I'm thinking of, and obviously we have like our indie shows and whatnot, and movies. But I'm talking about as far as mainstream. There's not many that I can like.
I can't think of anything.
No.
That's okay. Finish this sentence. Okay, finish this sentence. If you're showing up to date in 2026, you better have blank.
You better have taken plenty of rest, because dating is not for the wary. It's not. It is if you're doing it the right way. It is emotionally taxing. It is financially. It takes money from you. It takes your time. It is not for the wary. But I will tell you this: that it is well worth it. It is well worth the investment.
Okay,
I love that.
What's something single people do that makes love harder to find?
Yeah, don't throw tomatoes at me. Okay, I will say a lot of single people, they have this long laundry list of expectations, and they call them dating preferences. Like
Mhm.
they literally have this ideal man that they have to be in a relationship with. And that is the biggest flaw that most single people make in trying to find a match.
Okay. Oh Jesus, he's stepping on toes tonight, y'all.
And I know y'all like Lamont, you're supposed to have your dating preferences. You're supposed to know what
Yes.
you want. The problem is that if the guy doesn't show up that way, people don't want to date them. And
Yeah.
relationships really are about navigating the person in front of you, like making what you have work, and not he has to have a degree, he has to be 6 feet, he has to, be masculine, and he has all that is trivial. Can you trust the man? Can you trust the man?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. How do you keep love exciting after the honeymoon phase?
Yeah. You got it's effort. I keep telling people, like, one of the things, I've been with my husband for 11 years, and I've known him probably like 5 or 6 years before that. It is always work to keep things spicy, to keep focusing on him, to see if he has different desires, different needs, different fears. Yes. Long-term couples, you have to pay attention to each other. And that's one of the things I would give some advice for, is pay attention to your partner. Do check-ins. Yeah. Don't take them for granted.
Y'all hear that? He said husband, okay? Because there's a lot of people, no shade, there's a lot of people doing these dating shows and giving dating advice, and they are single, they are unmarried. So
they're giving their single experiences, though. I give you what's going to work to get you what you want.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
boom.
I know that's right.
All right, lastly, all right. What's the biggest lie the culture tells us about Black gay love?
Oh, that we're all promiscuous.
Ooh.
Yes.
Like literally, you look at the media, even the language that we say to each other. We say that we're all hoes, niggas ain't shit, right? That we're all promiscuous. But no, there are tons of Black gay men who are in long-term committed relationships, who are loyal to each other, who support each other. I feel like I am spoiled as a dating coach and matchmaker, because I get to see so many amazing guys, and when I see them form those relationships, I'm like, this is the proof.
So I'm glad you said that, because a conversation that's always very prevalent on social media is there's like a probably like 10 tweets that the gays go to when they like their numbers are low, and they're like, let me get this tweet off. And one of those
clickbait.
And one of those tweets is that there's no successful relationships that's not open. People say, that's they say monogamy, that Black gay men don't like monogamy, and you have to have an open relationship in order for it to be successful.
And I will, can we have the real conversation?
Let's have the real conversation.
Black gay men, sometimes we are our worst critics.
Yes.
And that is why no Black gay couple that you say you want to role model after, will ever come on social media or be public with their relationship. Because if they do come out and say, hey, this is my husband, we're in a monogamous relationship, we support each other, we go tear that couple down. He's too femme. He said he's a top. I know he cheating on him. I know how much money he make. Like, so no, they're not going to, until we start to support each other, until we start to create safe spaces for couples to come out publicly about sharing the intimate details of their relationships, all you will get, and no shade, there's no shade whatsoever, you will continue to get the couples who have open relationships, who participate in OnlyFans, who may do, clickbait type stuff, because it's entertaining, and you all
And
keep
that's all they're willing
on
to
it.
share.
But do you think there's anything wrong with an open relationship?
Absolutely not. I think some people they should be in a open relationship because, like, naturally they cannot be monogamous, and that's okay.
So,
you
question:
should find somebody else who does not want to be monogamous either, and y'all go make that thing work.
So quick question, and then we're gonna go to the final question, and we're gonna get into like the main part, right? Let's just say hypothetical, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting. Remember that Scared Straight episode when the man with the bob, he was like, "I've been waiting for you."
I've been waiting on you at the door.
I've been waiting on you at the door. Okay, so let's say that you're let's say gay man 1 is like locked in with gay man 2. And everything's perfect. And like they really mesh together, they have great chemistry, they really enjoy each other's company, but gay man 2 wants to be a full bottom. And gay man 1 is very much burst and doesn't want to give up that. In those situations, would it make sense to at least maybe be like, hey, let's try an open relationship? Like, what would be your advice? Oh,
absolutely not. Absolutely. Okay. So, as a dating coach, as a therapist, as someone who look at the research about what makes long-term relationships work, if you are not sexually compatible, that is not a reason to open your relationship.
Oh,
and that's the stereotype. And I'm glad you said it like that, but also that's a stereotype too, because a lot of people that's the reason you're having an open relationship. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, they're only in an open relationship because they want to fuck everybody, and that's not the case, because
that's not what I said. Though.
Just one. I know. I said on the flip side, it's also a stereotype that's the reason why.
Right.
And it's not always that either.
So I think here's the reason to open your relationship.
Okay.
It is about what value do you place on sex? If sex is something that is very casual for you, then you should be in an open relationship. If sex is something that is sacred, that is reserved for more intimate person that you're like, I need to be married to, or in a committed relationship, open relationship probably is not the best thing for you. Correct. Right? It's about the value system that you place on sex.
Okay.
I love that.
And some people might lie and say, oh, well, we're not sexually compatible, so let's open the relationship. No, sir. Your mindset is this is not the dick that you want for the rest of your life. You want multiple options of having different dick, and just be honest about that.
Right. Do you think that in those moments, the other party should find some middle ground and compromise, because relationships are about compromise, right?
No. It's okay. So if your value system that sex is something that is sacred and it's intimate, that's the core of who you are.
No, that's not what I'm specifically speaking on, like, those situations where positions, right? When people are like, oh, 2 tops can't be together, or a bottom and you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm speaking on.
So I think relationships, like sexual positions, have nothing to do with value, right?
Correct.
It's about preference. It's about what turns you on. I think if there are 2 tops that end up in a relationship, as a dating coach, if you're like, hey, I'm invested in this person and I want it to work, well, then let's talk about ways that you both can be sexually versatile. Let's talk about different toys. Let's talk about previous trauma that prevents you from that. Let's talk about this idea of what masculinity is. So you're like, I don't want a bottom. Let's unpack some of those things before you either open the relationship or before you decide to end the relationship.
That's good. All right, last question for this segment. All right, we ask everybody, finish this sentence, okay? However you interpret it. The Black gay agenda is
emerging still.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. If I add more context to it, I think most religious institutions, they have an agenda. Different schools, different political beliefs, they have an agenda. I think we as Black gay men, we're still trying to figure out, like, what are the priorities? What are the strategies that we need to implement so that we can develop our community? And that's an okay place to be in.
I love that. This has been a tens with Lamont White, y'all. This is good. So we're talking about Black gay love, y'all. We're talking about Black gay love, and we're just gonna get right into it. I got one question, and I'm actually gonna toss it over to you, Alex, after this, unless there's a follow up. Since we're this episode is we need that Black gay love, and shout out to everybody who doesn't subscribe to Black gay love, but this is at the Black Gay Agenda. I am someone who pushes for Black gay love. Alex is someone who pushes for. Well, I can't speak for Alex. I can't speak for you.
You know me.
So no.
If it was wrong, I would have objected.
So we push for Black gay love. All right. So my question is, how do you define Black gay love in today's culture and society?
Well, it's more than just two Black gay men, deciding to be together. I think one of the unique things that, and I've lived in a number of cities, is that we build community once we find love. It's that balance of I'm in a relationship, but I invite my friends to experience portions of the relationship so that they can see that it is possible and it's not just the things that are good. Like one of the things I share things with my network of friends, like my tribe, the good things, the bad things, the challenging things within reason that I experience within my relationship. So they don't think that being in a relationship is transactional or that it's this facade that everything is always perfect. Yeah. No.
That's good. Alex, it's on you, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about these conversations. As somebody who is in a new relationship and coming from dating. So like
you're in a what?
A new relationship.
With
a person.
You want him to tell the name on
with a Black person.
That's the running gag right now.
Right, that's what he's trying to get me to say that. Did you hear him? He said soft launch. You see what I post?
Yep, soft
exactly
launch.
What he said. Exactly what he said is what I posted. Background pics, then boom. But no, so. And this is one that we've had a conversation about a couple times, a lot, right? And we've talked about different things, and we've had I have my opinion about dating apps, right? I think dating apps for me is, whatever you use it for, right? So from your perspective as the expert, do you think dating apps have helped or hurt like our chances at finding like real love?
So y'all on some bullshit, people who say, I'm gonna give it to you real. Y'all are in some bullshit when you say you can't find love on dating apps because there are so many Black couples who have met their husbands on dating apps. Whether it's Jacked, I'm gonna give you an old school one, A for A.
Oh wow.
M for Now, Black Gay Chat. That's where y'all met. You met your friends, you met your husbands. It might have started out as a hookup. I scream when I get excited because I guess be like, y'all be on some stuff. Like you met people from those apps, and it might have started out as a hookup, which I think we should stop shaming people for, because if that's what you wanted to do, that's what you did. It's
correct.
Fine. But then y'all went out, was like, hey, let's get something to eat. Oh, well, let's go hang out, go to the game. Oh, you want to meet my parents? Oh, you want to date? Things can flourish in your own order, okay? Stop letting people tell you that your first date needs to be a dinner date. You have to ask these different questions. You can't have sex for 6 months. No, dating apps can work. It's all about how you use them. And I did a promo for Jack, the dating app, on
brilliant
how to do that.
That was brilliant.
I challenged Black gay men to do what I told them to do. But y'all afraid. Y'all want to be in the dark and in the shadows, expecting to find your king.
I have a follow-up real quick, Alex, about that though. Do you think though? So I'm a type of person who is, and I'm so much better than I was this time last year, right? But I'm the type of person like, we hook up, we hang out 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? We're locked in my eyes, in my head. We're locked in.
My man.
my man. By the end of the year, we're gonna be in matching PJs, right? What do you say to the person who? Do you think that I get what you're saying with the hookup apps or the dating apps, whatever you want to call them? Do you think though we should be more use more discernment or be careful and not trying to make every hookup a relationship?
Mm-hmm. I think here's the thing: it's about self-awareness. You have to know what season are you in right now. Mm-hmm. Literally, like if you're just existing and coasting through life, you're always going to get it wrong. But if you're like, you know what, this month I'm in the mood just to hook up, then just be about that, okay? Mm-hmm. Like literally be honest to yourself and the person. But if you're in a season where you're like, I'm looking for something more intentional or maybe a little bit of both, each of your interactions need to have a beat where you sit back and say, what am I doing here? Am I hooking up because I'm lonely? Am I hooking up because I'm bored? Am I hooking up because I'm horny? Mm-hmm. Like, ask yourself these questions. People don't do that. Like,
no, that's real.
Part of evolving and being mature is being honest with yourself so that you can make wiser decisions because that will allow you to answer your question to figure out, to take this to the next level, or do I just want to do this, what I'm doing now, and keep it right there.
Okay, that's good.
I like that. And I think you kind of like started to go into some of the next questions that I had a little bit. What do you think, other than what you just said, right? I think that's like step one, right? Asking yourself the questions, what am I doing here, right? That's what that sounded like to me. What am I doing here, right? So I think, what do you think, what are some like healthy ways to use hookup apps for connections? Apps like Jack, let's just say Jack, right?
Yeah, especially
what are some healthy ways to use Jack?
Like say if you create your Jack profile, maybe you're traveling to Los Angeles and you're like, right, you're like, I don't know where to go out. Open that app and be like, hey, somebody, I'm visiting. I'm looking for like a lounge where gay people go. Can you tell me where, to go?
Yes.
Do that banter back and forth. And he can tell you where to go, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you want to meet me there? Because I don't know anybody. Sure. Let's exchange telephone numbers. You hear what I said? A telephone number.
Wait.
One more time.
Before you meet somebody on a dating app, there are two things that you should do. One, get their telephone number. Two, you should either talk to them on the phone or FaceTime. Whoa. Stop with meeting these people in the dark. That's how you show up missing.
That's real. What about... So I don't like. Oh, he's challenging me tonight.
And there's little people on there that will go against that. Like I've seen posts where they'll be like, and for you picture hunters, I don't need a pic to meet somebody. It's like
I'm not like that.
It's the dark room dating. It's the dark room dating.
I'm not like that, but I am very protective of my phone numbers. So I'm the type of person. Let's exchange socials, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
Don't trust a man with Snapchat.
Wait a minute. I got Snapchat.
If you got a Snapchat, let him go.
No.
Let him go. In 2026, if your man got a Snapchat,
I feel more comfortable exchanging socials first because I just don't want everybody with my number.
So here's the solution I tell people because I have dating coaching clients, the same thing they say. I say, get a Google Voice number.
Yeah. But I have a question about that.
You got one. You got Snapchat. I know you got one.
I definitely have a Snapchat. I have a Google Voice number. But I also have a business. So my Google Voice number is my business line.
Right. Correct.
But also like I have a pushback on that because I feel like, why am I giving a stranger my Instagram where they can see more of me in my life? They can't do anything with my phone number as much as anything that anybody in the public that could have my phone number can do. So I feel like my phone number lets less access to me than my Instagram.
Well, that's
when you're
because you
seeing
use your
where I
Google
am,
Voice.
you're seeing what I'm doing.
That's because you're using your Google. That makes sense because you're using your Google Voice. You're not giving them your actual phone number.
Yeah, and if you're
True,
on,
but even my actual number, if I want to talk to you no more, I just don't. Like, I don't know. I don't even block people. I just don't talk to them. Like, bye.
I don't know. I was gonna say, well, if you're on demon time and you're just trying to hook up with somebody, why are you giving them your social media? That's why I say at least some way to communicate with them via the telephone, and then you gotta see what they look like. Like, for sure. Like safety reasons, catfish reasons, just waste of time, waste of an outfit, waste of driving,
Let me tell you something, because sometimes them little message conversations, people seem, and this, forgive me, people, okay? People seem normal, okay? And I'm gonna use that word because we don't use that word a lot, but people seem normal. But then you get in person and you be like, Lord, let me call 911 now because I feel like I'm gonna go missing.
SOS, right? Like,
that's real.
You be scared.
That's why I say talk to them a little bit on the phone, just to like hear their voice, fill out the vibe, and you go, okay, yeah, I'm cool up to meet with you. Or if they sound like they are blasted out of their mind,
that's true too. Because because that Tina Turner. Let me stop.
Right. Hello, let's talk about it. So, that way I think so many people end up in situations that they're like, why the hell did I get here? Because you didn't talk to the man before you even got over there. You went to that back alley in that little room.
Man, sometimes I think I missed out on stuff because I'm super cautious. And other times I'll be like,
no, I
don't know what I did. I save myself too?
I probably did stories. I hear the wife is walking out like the room, like,
oh God.
In my younger years, I definitely, but I was also DL back then, so it was different. But I definitely put myself in situations where I'm going through a back alley. So in Chicago, I don't know what it's like in other cities, but in Chicago, the way our apartments are, a lot of times there's like this back stairwell, and I would go to this alley and then I would have to go up the back stairwell and be snuck in the back way. But like the back stairwell in the back alley is like pitch black. I'm having to turn my iPhone, my flashlight. Yeah, it's dangerous.
But some people. And it is what it is. They get off on the thrill of some of that excitement and that mystery or some of that danger. They get off on that.
No man.
Yeah.
No man. I just knew somebody was trying to kill me.
So some of that is toxic, though. Some of that, let's say, the majority of it is toxic. The other of it. I get people want excitement, so sometimes people might do like outdoor sex, right? So it's a little more fun, right? But like putting it like the situation you just mentioned, like going through a back alley where it's dark, that's dangerous.
Very, very dangerous. Yeah,
and that's some of the stuff that we have to unlearn. Where we're like, and I'm happy you said like you were in a season where like you were still like in the closet.
Yeah.
And still trying to figure things out. So sometimes that's all you have access to.
Correct.
So you do what you do what you have access to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what another thing I was gonna say. We can't like ignore like the historical like context of why, right, cruising and those secret spaces and outdoor and stuff like that, why it came about, why
bathhouses,
right. But when you ain't gotta do it no more.
you don't. Or you can do creative ways to do role play where it is
yes. I've definitely in previous relationships have definitely had spaces where we're in a whole relationship. We've been in a relationship for years, but we've done like, let's go to this place that may have a dark room and let's interact there as a couple. And then we've had that little thrill of doing that without a lot of the risk of it being a stranger and all of that stuff.
Yes. Look, you better give them some gems over there, Alex.
Look, They don't listen to me though. They'll listen to me. All right. So we're talking about some, we were talking about some healthy ways to use Jack. But what do you think are some, now that we talked about some healthy ways, right? What are some red flags? Like, what are some things that immediately
Yeah, so I think Jacked is one of the dating apps where you actually can find whatever the hell you're looking for, right? If you're looking for a date, I think it's great. Yeah, I know y'all gonna hate me for this, but blank profiles, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
If the guy has the same pictures for the last 10 years, red flag. If he doesn't fill the profile out, like he'll put his height there but no weight, red flag. Like, why are we playing the guessing game?
Right.
Like, it's used to connect with people, so I think those are red flags.
For sure. I feel like any piece of information that you leave off, to me, is something that you're trying to hide.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not trying to hide that piece of information, you're trying not to be identified, right? Yes. Like, because if somebody puts height, weight, where you are together, they might can figure out who you are, right? Especially if you're in a place where there's people. So I feel like anytime you start removing pieces of info, you are hiding something. So that's a good red flag.
Right. And let me address the whole thing of a red flag when people don't put their face picture out there, right?
Talk about it.
Some people are like, well, I'm private, I'm discreet, I don't want because I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm this, I don't want people to know. What is wrong with people knowing that you're gay, that you're single, and you're looking for love? What shame is there? What shame is there? I get like there are people who may work as teachers and they sign contracts and they might get fired for that. But if your job will not fire you for being on a dating app, say if you are, let's even go there. Say if you are the minister at the church, what's wrong with the minister looking for love?
I don't want no church girl. I don't want no church queen. I'm sorry.
You might not want a church queen, but other people might want a church queen. But
they do.
I hear it all the time. Guys are like, well, I'm well known. I'm a minister or I'm a lawyer. Okay, well, you single.
I think it goes back to what they think the app is, right? Because you're saying dating app.
So Jacked, for instance, right?
Yeah.
For instance, Jacked, I have my pictures, I have all my information because Jacked, I don't necessarily use Jacked for just hookups. You get what I'm saying? So I have all the information there that people know, like I'm a podcaster, I'm this, I do this. Now there are other apps, we won't mention them because we don't have partnerships with them.
Exactly.
There's another app out there that I don't put my picture up. I don't put my picture up there just because I don't want my picture up on that app.
Yeah.
So I think it's the intent of what you're using said app for.
Right. To your point, Jacked is one of those dating apps where it's the buffet of options, I say. Right? You can do what you want on there. Other apps, y'all just looking to smash.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's a red flag for people to not have their face pictures on Jacked if you're looking to date. If you're just looking to smash, then that makes sense.
I agree. What about the people use my pictures? Like, what about that? What do you do there? Because people do it.
Yeah, they're either in a relationship, they don't like the way they look, they're hiding something. That's why they use other people's pictures. I think that is definitely a red flag.
Or I think he's asking the people who don't use their pictures because
they're saying they don't want someone else
their pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, because I think Jacked has an option where you can do a disappearing picture.
Oh, the disappearing,
like,
yes.
you can do a disappearing picture. So you can say, hey, I'll send you a message and your picture will disappear so the person can't screenshot it or save it anywhere. So pay the money to upgrade your services if that's what you want to do.
Do you think that if say we're on Jack, your picture is showing, but mine isn't, and I message you, do you think, because a lot of people will put that, do you think that they should lead with a picture? Like, because you see me, should I see you automatically? Should the message come later? Because there's a lot of that happening where somebody will see you have a picture and they will still message you without a picture.
Like, why are we sending emails? Like, why? Like,
Right.
It's a dating app. You're trying to connect with somebody. Like, if somebody wanted an email, they would literally send an email.
Right.
Hey, I'm so and so. Here's my picture. I know it's not public, but I'm interested in you, right? Because if you initiate the communication with someone, there's something that you read in their profile, or you saw their picture and you thought they were handsome. So you are interested. So you have to take the lead and be like, hey, love your profile. This is what I look like. Let's talk.
Right. Make me interested in you back.
Nothing is sexy about a blank profile. Like, it doesn't get anybody hot and bothered looking at the blank picture, like a black screen.
Especially when, like, if your first picture, like, you send me, because once again, my picture is up. So if you just send me, like, I don't care how big the dick is, I don't care how fat the ass is, I'm always gonna be like, that's nice. Can I see who I'm talking to?
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, there are people who will meet up with a dick, but I'm always like, what is that dick attached to? Like, what is again, what is it attached to?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people who, oh God, y'all gonna cuss me out. I feel like people who date like that just go to the glory hole. Go to the glory hole, because that's all you want, and that's all you want. That's okay. It's totally fine. No judgment, no shame. But
I mean, that's what it's like, right?
it's a virtual glory hole.
Right.
My God, today. Okay.
Those were some of the ones I have. I got some more that I want to ask, but I'm gonna save it because I think it's gonna come up again later on. Go ahead, Mike. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it over.
Real quick. All right. So make sure that y'all are liking and subscribing and all of the things. Make sure you leave a comment. Okay. Let the people know what y'all think about this episode so far. This has been really good. We got some more questions for you. And make sure that you all are hitting that link in our bio. We're not in our bio, but in the show descriptions, in the show notes. So you can go ahead and tap into our collaborations with Jacked. All right. So now we want to talk about preferences, and we want to talk about standards, because those are the things that have so many of us in a choke hold. So let's be real. Do you think that a lot of people's preferences are actually keeping them from being in a healthy relationship?
Absolutely. I think everybody wants Mr. Perfect, even though they are not Mr. Perfect. Like, they literally know they have things that they need to work on, but they want the other person to be, like, spectacular. I'll give you prime example. There are guys who have gone through an amazing fitness journey, or they are trying to go through their fitness journey to make their bodies look different. So they're like, you know what? I want a guy who's a gym body. Even though they don't have a gym body. And the secret, oh God, the truth of the matter, what somebody's body looks like has nothing to do with the value of who they are. It has nothing to do with their character. It does nothing about, like, their purpose or mission in life. It doesn't tell you if that person is trustworthy, if they're loyal, if they're committed. It just tells you that the person looks physically appealing.
That's good.
Oh, preferences. That's the thing. But so what do you feel, though? Follow-up question. What do you feel about the people who be like, well, I don't feel like I should settle?
stay single. Or may the odds be in your favor.
Okay.
Like no one is saying like I always tell people you do not have to take my advice. If what has been working for you has been working for you, keep doing it. However, if you keep finding yourself in failed relationship after failed relationship, or you keep having situationships or all these first dates, and you can't get someone to commit to you long term over 12 months, then you might want to consider opening up your preferences.
And like look at each one and say, okay, is this something right that I can compromise with myself on, or is this something that I'm for real about?
Yeah.
And then let's move to the next one.
And what is that preference about? Sometimes if you dig, those preferences are about what society says what you should be with. Instead of the
perfect.
Yeah, I would say instead of what is actually going to treat you well, instead of what you might actually really appreciate. I give prime example. I used to date a lot of guys who are about like my complexion or lighter. And I rarely ever dated anybody who was dark skinned. I met my husband. My husband is black. Like he's dark, right? Like he's Amistad black. And
Amistad is crazy.
Right. And I love every bit of his dark skin.
Yeah.
Right? Open up your preferences. Try to appreciate something different.
Okay, so I'm glad that you said that, right? I'm glad that you said that because that actually leads me to my next question. One thing that we do a lot of times, and I've done it, I've been there. We're always like, I'm protecting my peace, right? I'm protecting my peace. One thing that I'm big on is communication, and I've had conversations with different people, with my friends, with people who I've dated, about communication. If you have a preference of a good communicator, right, and you're dealing with somebody who's on and off, how should somebody approach dating someone or getting to know someone when there's someone who is big on communication and the other person might not necessarily be big on communicating consistently?
Yeah, one of the things is I've learned is you cannot teach a man to do something in the dating phase. Like you can't teach him communication skills.
Okay.
You can teach him how to communicate, how you prefer to communicate, like your communication style. You can share with him your communication style so that he can say, oh, okay, let me show up for you in that way. But if a man doesn't have the capacity to communicate his feelings, his thoughts when he's upset, or to consistently engage with you, that is not your job to teach him that. And I will tell you, one of the hallmarks of a long-term relationship is communication.
Correct.
So it is a huge red flag in the dating phase. If I'm talking about not hookup, I'm talking about like in the dating phase. If a guy struggles with communication, you need to, hey, I see you struggle with this. Like I would talk about the elephant in the room immediately.
Right.
And then if he can't immediately pivot, you're done. You can't teach him that. It's not your job.
Wow. That's real.
See, those be the hard parts. Because what if you, especially when you really like them, like if you really like somebody and everything else is pretty good and you just need that communication piece, and that's when you start to make compromises. Like, okay, well maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll.
But the communication piece is an important piece.
Yeah. Imagine being in a long-term relationship with someone who cannot communicate. That arguments, mistrust, like there's so many like issues that will come up. So you want to be able to, in the beginning, gauge their ability to communicate. Again, there's a difference between can they communicate and then also can they adapt to your communication style.
Should you be the one to go, Alex? I feel like
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say, if they adapt, is that enough, or should their communication be should you be looking for their communication style to change, or should you be looking for them to appease your communication style with the way that they communicate with you?
Right. So I'm very key on like words that I use. I don't believe you should compromise in any relationship.
Okay.
Wait.
I will say it again.
Say that again.
I will say it again. I do not believe you should compromise in any relationship. I believe you should collaborate in those relationships. That means you both win. It's a win-win. How do we make this work where we both feel like our needs are being met and then we're not taking away from each other?
So
I think we've been taught that we have to sacrifice in relationships, that we have to lessen ourselves, that we have to pour into other people before we pour into ourselves. No, that is toxic belief systems. You take care of yourself first and you make sure that needs are met.
So I have a situation going on currently where he knows how I feel about him. Okay. That's what we'll go with. He knows how I feel about him. And he's like, oh, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm not always the best communicator, blah, 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 right? And I'm in a space now where I'm in a season of life now where I don't give, when I feel like I'm the one who's doing the most work, who's being the person who's doing the heavy labor, I'm not going to do all of the heavy labor anymore. So I kind of fall back and let you communicate and let you, hey, you know where I stand. So where do you stand? And he was just like, I'm just not a great communicator like that, but it doesn't mean that I'm blah, 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 blah. And that's one thing that I said to myself. It was like, maybe I should compromise, right? And be like, maybe we should both have some type of compromise. So when you say there's like, you don't believe in compromising, I don't know. It's jarring to me because I've always been taught that like you should meet people where they're at, but you don't agree with that.
No, I think if I am a therapist, if I'm a social worker, if I'm a minister, I meet people where they are.
Okay.
So that I can help build them and help them grow and empower them. If I'm trying to find my husband, my partner,
and
he tells me I am not a good communicator and that's just not my thing. It's like running a restaurant and someone applies for a job and says, I want to be a chef, but I don't know how to cook, but I still want you to hire me for the position.
Okay.
No, you can't work here. You go back to school, get your training, and then come back to me, and then we can talk about that.
So do you think we do that just so we can have somebody?
Yes.
Is that why that?
I think people get into relationships because they're bored, lonely, or horny.
Oh my God. That's
prove me wrong. I think for the wrong reasons, people prove me wrong. Think about one of the relationships that you got into and you knew the man was not compatible. Like you knew he wasn't compatible.
I'm a hopeless romantic though. Like as much even like right, even like as much as I want to be like out here and just be a fuck boy, like I'm a lover boy at heart. And I know that I personally have entered situationships or relationships knowing like this nigga ain't shit, but I think that I can change them, I can fix them, I can make them into what it is that I need them to be.
So and then under that, I know you want to fix the man, but under that, if we're honest with ourselves, and I've been there, we're lonely. We want companionship.
Yeah.
So we'll say we will settle for this because I feel like I can improve him. But you settle because you want companionship at any cost.
And you could correct me if I'm wrong too, Lamont. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with you being with somebody or looking at somebody and saying, I can improve them if they are willing to hear what you think they need improving on and work with you on improving that thing, right? So like you're not doing the labor by yourself.
But
you're not doing the labor by yourself. So say like this person is a bad communicator, right? Like let's stay on the communication one. And I know I want to like make them be a better communicator, right? So I'm going to like show them how I want to be communicated with, give them the examples of it, and they are willing to make the change. Because in this instance that Mike was saying, they kind of gave an excuse. Well, this is just how I am kind of excuse. But if they say, well, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna do better. So you're still kind of helping them improve, but it's almost like they're doing some work too. Is that still a no-go? Is that still like, nah, because you ain't ready? Or do you work with them?
When I hear from that in that example is that you're teaching him to adapt to your communication style of the relationship, which is different from I can't have uncomfortable conversations. That you have to communicate uncomfortable situations. Hey, I went to this party and you left me alone, or I went to this party and I thought you was looking at this guy. Or like communicate things, or hey, you know what? I made a mistake, or hey, this pissed me off. That's communication. Like that's like the foundation. If a guy can't do that, I would say no. The difference I say when someone adapts to your communication style. So if you're a person who's like, oh, I love to hear your voice every day, right? Then you want to communicate. You want to pick the phone up and talk, or I need to see you. Other people are like, I'm fine with a text.
Correct.
It's adapting to your communication style. That's different from the ability to communicate at the core.
Because for me, it's like I don't just like my thing is don't breadcrumb me because I don't eat breadcrumbs. Okay, I'm a grown man. I don't eat breadcrumbs. So don't like, because the gentleman who I was speaking on earlier, he's very much the type of person who will play the game of I won't hear from him for like a week, and then he'll be like, oh, I haven't heard from you, bro. You haven't responded to the last 3 messages that I sent you. But then when I posted me and my friend, just a friend, I posted me and my friend, we went out for drinks at the beginning of the year, right? Friend catch up. I just posted that, and then he's like, hey, you were on my mind. Thinking of you.
You know why, Micah? Y'all just kicking it.
Yeah.
And if y'all just kicking it, that is totally fine.
Yeah.
Like there are dating benefits. There are benefits where you're dating exclusive. There are boyfriend benefits. There are husband benefits. And then when you're kicking it, it doesn't come with benefits.
So I just need to, that's real. And so something that I've really been intentional about this year is keeping people where they're at and keeping people where they have the capacity to go. And I used to try to make people be something that they don't have the capacity to be. And now I'm kind of just like, if I talk to you, I talk to you. I've told you where I stand. I told you what I feel. I told you what I think. The ball's in your court now.
That's a great strategy. You literally put it out there. You want to pick this up? You want? No, okay. I'll let somebody else pick it up.
That part, yeah.
Wow. So I think this is perfect. The next question that we're gonna go to, because it's leading us to like the work, right? Because I think Micah mentioned about compromise, and now I feel like, okay, is there work, right? Is every relationship about doing work, or should it be easy? Should you walk into it and just be like, this is perfect, we click, it connected, you're what I was looking for, I'm what you're looking for, boom, we're good.
Yeah. So it's so funny. This couple, I think they've been together for like 40 or 50 years, and they were
40 years?
older black couple. They were so sweet, so cute, and they were like, "Yeah, we never argued." I said, "Bullshit!" like really, like can we like And I get there's a difference between like a disagreement and an argument, right? Like
Correct.
Little nagging stuff but no, there are times in relationships that will challenge the relationship, right? And it's because someone made a mistake or just life happens, but that's a part of the relationship. So I feel like you have to understand that relationships, they are work. However, you should still have peace in that relationship.
Right.
You should still be able to come home and it be a peaceful atmosphere. You should still be able to exist in that relationship. Yes, there should be more good times than bad times, but best believe, you are going to have some bad times. And that's okay.
So what does work look like, right? Because again, mirroring, kind of like contrasting what Michael was saying about compromise, like, and you were saying that we're not compromising. So what does the work look like? What is work in a relationship?
So work is just like a gardener tends to his garden. When things grow, you pay attention to it. So say if your partner takes a new interest in a different hobby, you pay attention to that. You start to support that. You foster that. You show up for that. If your partner needs date night, you plan dates. If your partner wants you to come to his office social party, you show up there. It's about being present in the relationship, not only physically, but emotionally. Sometimes couples like don't check in on each other about like, hey, how are you like really feeling? I know your job is tough. How is that impacting you? Oh, your mother passed away. How are you dealing with that? How can I show up to support you? Like emotional connections, that is key. Financially, who's paying the bills? Like, right? Like there's so much that you have to tend to in the relationship so that it can continue to grow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You kind of made me think about something where you said, who's paying the bills? But like a lot of that is something, right? And that kind of takes us back to preferences, right? When people have their preferences of money, a lot of, and we will say, just like people debate all the time about things that are important in relationship, right? Sex. And I feel like money, right, are the two things that people go back and forth about. How do you feel about money in a relationship?
Yeah, so I think if you look at some of the studies, a significant amount of relationships end because of finances, and usually it's not about like how much the person makes; it's about how they manage those funds, right? So you might have somebody who makes a whole bunch of money, but they don't even put a budget together. The person who probably makes less money, they're like, "Oh, I can do a budget. Let me do an Excel spreadsheet. Let me." You give me the money and I'll make sure all the bills are paid, right? So it has nothing to do about like who makes more money. It's really about, again, it comes down to communication. How do you all talk about like what's your relationship with money? Right? Are you in debt? And if you are in debt, okay, let's look at that debt so we can have a clear picture on how we are going to tackle it. A lot of ego comes into play when it comes to talk about finances because everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Instead of in your relationship saying, hey, let's live at our means so that we can continue to grow, to save, and be in a better financial place.
Do you think that there's anything wrong with, because, the straights have these conversations all the time. I was watching a clip actually the other day of actually I know her, met her with my job, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I don't know if y'all have heard of her, but she said she won't date a man who doesn't make $50K because he can't match her lifestyle that she's used to. And we see some of the same conversations in the in our community. And there's actually a man who wanted to talk to me, and he's in a whole entire different tax bracket than me. And when I say he's in a different tax bracket than me, much higher, higher than mine. And I was taken aback when he showed interest, and I was just like, yo, I don't like, are you sure you got a master's? You know, you make all this money, whatever. But on the flip side, do you think there's anything wrong with people who don't want to date anybody who's not in their tax bracket?
So I think typically what I hear from guys like that, where they're saying they don't want to date someone who doesn't match their income, is that they're really concerned about lifestyle. They're really concerned about being able to have to financially take care of somebody else as well. So they want someone, if they want to leave the country 10 times a year, that person can have no problem with doing the same without being a burden to them. They don't want to feel like they have to take care of a child, where they have to pay for everything whenever they go somewhere. I think one of the things. So yeah, I guess that's what I hear from that.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
Again, if it's working for you, have at it. Have at it.
Okay.
If it's not working for you, here's the thing. If you take 10 trips a year, right? But you're going by yourself. You said you want to do that with a man. So what if you take 4 trips a year with your man? So 10 trips a year by yourself, or 4 trips a year with a man that you love.
So is that not so? But that goes back to my point then, right? The word that you don't really love, is that not compromise? Are you not compromising what you like to do?
No, you're expanding. You're opening your preferences so that you can have more compatibility. Yeah, when I say compromise, I'm talking about where you're settling for something.
Yeah.
You still get to travel, but now you have a companion.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
And then I think we kind of got into it, but how do you hold someone accountable? Because it's really hard. Like, we're grown men. We all got egos, especially dealing with Black gay men. We're adults. We're men. So we all have our certain levels of who we are. So how do you like hold a partner accountable without making it into a huge deal or a project or work or a fight even? You know what I mean?
Give me an example of, we talk about like hold them accountable. Because that's yeah.
So say there's a situation and you were both out. I don't know, I'm trying to think of some random and quick. You're both out. They were communicating with another person. You were not comfortable with the way that they were communicating. And had they been mindful, they would have noticed your discomfort, but they didn't. So how do you like tackle something like that without seeming insecure or having them, feel attacked and just expressing yourself and your feelings without it being a big issue?
So that's a learning opportunity for couples. And you have to look at it as a learning opportunity for both parties, because for the person who shouldn't have been communicating with the person that way, I use air quotes because that's your perception, the one person's perception, and for them, they might have been like, "This is totally fine." For the person who thought, it was offensive of how they were doing that, the two of you need to do a check-in to see if that's your stuff or if that's actually some things that he was doing. Because if he was rubbing the person and doing all this other stuff, then you say, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with my partner being out in public doing X, Y, and Z because it makes me feel this way. And then you allow that person to decide if they want to modify that behavior. If they don't want to modify that behavior, then you have your answer about like what you can do with that person in public, or even if you want to stay in that relationship. Yeah. But when I hear the word like being accountable, I hear when you say like, if you say you're going to do something, then you do it.
Yeah.
So in a relationship, I would say, hey, you said you were going to pay this bill. If you didn't pay it, can you tell me what happened? What was the concern? Like, or you said you were going to look for a new job, or you said you were going to go to your mother's house and you didn't do that. Like, I say you and your partner should be able to talk about anything. You should at least be able to bring it up. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that's everything I had. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring it back up because I wanted to ask it, but I'm gonna let Micah take over after this. But I want to bring it up. So we hear a lot of people, and this is so off topic, but I remembered it. I wrote it in my notes so I won't forget. We hear a lot of people talk about, location when it comes to dating and where you live and all of that. And so, we know a lot of people in the country migrated, right? They migrated to a couple places, one being Houston, one being Atlanta, right? So a lot of Black gay men migrated to Atlanta. A lot of Black people in general migrated to Atlanta, especially if you're not from there. For everything, Atlanta was blowing up, right? It was like Black Mecca, right? And then it's Black gay Mecca on top of that. So with that being said, what do you say when you hear people, or how do you feel, or what does it make you think about when you hear people that want to date say, well, I'm single, I'm not going to Atlanta to find anybody, or I'm not taking my partner on a visiting trip to Atlanta? Like, what do you hear when you hear that?
There's so much hate on Atlanta, but if you check people's bank statements, they're here once or twice a year. I'm just saying, you're always here. There's something you like about Atlanta.
Oh
right?
my God, yes. MLK. Everybody's about to be. It's MLK weekend. Everybody's about to be this weekend. Actually, everybody's migrating down there for convocation. Okay.
you said convocation.
Yes, it's Black gay convocation this weekend.
So no, I think there's a love-hate relationship that the gays have with Atlanta because they love that there are so many options here. Like when I say options, there is literally anything you want to do, you can do here. There's a church you can go to that's affirming for you. There's actually numerous affirming LGBTQ churches. There's a sports league, there's a choir, there's a book club. There's a bar, there's a club, there's a restaurant. There is literally anything that you like to do. There is a gay version of that here in Atlanta. Right?
Yes.
So with that, people love that. There's options. It's a great place for single people to find love. The hate part that people have is the sex culture that is here. It is what it is. You get to choose to participate in any of those options that you want to participate in. If you don't want to participate in the sex culture, guess what? Don't go to the sex culture activities. Go to the book club. Go to the church. Go to the basketball league. They got a gay basketball league here too. Go to the events that support what you are looking for. But no, you want to keep going to the same place, expecting the same result. Bulldogs is not going to help you find your man.
Period.
The
people got to listen to the gay dating coach. He got the gems.
The gems.
You got it.
The gems. All right, so I'm going to take over. We're about to wrap up. We want to thank everybody for listening here. Probably a couple more things. I just want to ask you real quick. If you could give one message to Black gay men about love, what would it be?
I would say love starts with you. Literally. loving yourself where you are right now. Love starts with loving yourself for who you are right now, not the possibility of who you are or the expectation of who you are. Once you start loving yourself, then that starts to radiate, and people start to want to be attracted to you, to talk to you, to enter your world and learn more about you. So please make that the foundation.
I love that. I love that. So one thing, and I always talk about it, and I say it all the time. I feel like a lot of us are single because I feel like a lot of Black gay men feel like they have more options than they really do. And when I say that, I mean, I don't care how good you look, how good your body is, how good your dick is, how good your ass is, how much money you make, et cetera, et cetera. That doesn't mean that you have a lot of yes, you have quote unquote options, but that doesn't mean you have viable options as far as people who are actually compatible with you and people who are going to be good for you. So what would you say to that? Because I feel like there's always going to be somebody out there. I call it the squirrel effect. And there's always going to be somebody out there who makes more money. There's always going to be There's always going to be somebody out there who has a better body, who has better assets, a bigger dick, a bigger ass, more clout, dresses better, looks better, et cetera, et cetera. What do you say to the person who's like not decided in, oh, well, there's this over here, there's this over here, there's this over here. Like, there's a lot of squirrel mentality in the dating space. How do we fix that?
Yeah, it's like the kid in a candy store, and then Atlanta can for them. I will say this: don't confuse the type of guys that will have sex with you with the guys who actually are compatible for you and will be in a relationship with you. Men, regardless of sexual orientation, they fuck out of convenience, and that could be any and everybody. If you are truly looking for compatibility, you have to hone in and lean on what works well for you. And they look different. Jamal and Michael are going to look different.
Who?
Jamal and Michael.
And which one is look?
Alex, you know what? Alex, you know why I said that.
Yes, child. Yes, I know why. I know why. But they gonna know why now too, because they definitely listen.
The audience gonna be like, wait a second.
Right.
No, that's real though. All right, so we want to just thank you for being on tonight. This has been a great conversation. Where can the people find you? And also, like, I might need to like contact you, and I might become a client. Like, how do people like? Do you have client? Like, how does all of that work?
Do you take insurance? Like, I know you said. I heard you say you was a therapist.
So I take cash money, no insurance, no insurance. So,
but no, how can people connect with you?
Sure. So I facilitate individual dating coaching sessions, and separate from that, I have a matchmaking company where I send guys on dates with guys based on their preferences. The website is betterwaytomeet.com. I will tell you, I do have a virtual speed dating event that's for guys all across the country on January the 22nd. Typically, we have over about like 75 guys on a virtual private Zoom that we use where I put you all in one-on-one breakout rooms to meet each other. So January 22nd, you can come to that event. It's virtual. My website has all the information on there.
I'm gonna be there because I mean, we've had conversations between me and you. I'm definitely afraid of your show.
So the Shoot Your Shot Wednesday, which is on Instagram and YouTube, is separate from that and everything. So Wednesday, Yeah, they're a little vicious in the comment
Yeah,
section.
I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of it.
You got to have a cocktail and some tough skin when you come on that show.
Yes, and I'm definitely one of the people who will be reading the comments and be like, "Bitch, what?"
Writing down
Yeah.
Instagram handles.
Right.
Yes,
Like, oh, you
yes,
wanna
yes,
talk?
yes. All right. Well, let the people know where they can find you.
Yep. So betterwaytomeet.com is my website, but I'm on all social media, the gay dating coach.
Yes. All right, y'all. Make sure that you follow the gay dating coach. Let's get some healthy dating this year. All right, y'all. Let's get some healthy dating this year. We just want to thank you for coming on tonight and helping the people tonight. We love the work that you're doing. And yeah, we just thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Micah, and thank you so much, Alex. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see how the year evolves for both of you. Please keep doing this.
Listen, I'm gonna have my man by the end of the year. I'm calling it.
Yes.
I'm calling it. Calling. I am manifesting it. I'm gonna be in matching PJs by the end of the year.
By Christmas.
By Christmas.
Yes, you got it.
I got it. All right, y'all. Well, we just thank y'all for coming and enjoying the conversation tonight. Make sure that you give us a follow on all social media platforms. Alex, let the people know where they can find you.
Y'all know what it is. You can reach me on Instagram, TikTok, X, Xander T82. That's XANDERT82. There's an underscore in there somewhere on X, but the other places is just like that. Find me there. Don't look for me on Snap because Lamont told me to throw it away. So I gotta wean myself off Snapchat. But yeah, that's where you can find me at. So yeah.
And you can find me at It's Micah B on Instagram. It's Micah B on Threads. Listen, I've been really heavy on Threads and TikTok. It's Micah B on TikTok. Listen, it's Micah B. If you put it's Micah B on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Spill, YouTube, Twitter. It's the same shit on all platforms. All right, so make sure you tap in with me. Listen. We got probably like 2 more episodes before we start season 4. We have Ronnie and Lamb from Frolic. They are our next episode. We are going to be talking to them with the We Are Frolic agenda. And then we have one more very, very, very special episode coming up before we start season 4. And that's going to be really talking about the current political climate and how it affects us as Black LGBTQ people. I can't tell you the guests yet, but that guest is going to be a huge one. All right. So you are listening to Black Gay Agenda. Shout out to our sponsor, Jack. Make sure that you tap in to the link in our bio and all those things. As always, remember, grab your purses and clutch your pearls. This has been the Black Gay Agenda. We will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.